YouTube, let's get it. Back with another vid, YouTube. It's your boy Big Gap. And today, man, we're gonna do quick thoughts and review and comparison of the Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL versus the Granite 4x4 3S BLX. Here we go, YouTube. They're both awesome vehicles. They're both awesome vehicles. I've done a few upgrades to mine. I went with the MX-28s on both of them, the Proline MX-28s on both of them with a hex extenders, because both of these vehicles have tendency to flip over a lot, especially under power in the turns. They do have the they will flip over on you. All right, so let's get into the pros and the cons of both vehicles together as a unit. I'm not gonna just call out, talk all about this one or all about this one. I'm just gonna bring everything in together as a whole. All right, starting off, bodies. Traxxas has that clipless body, and it is awesome. I love it. The only problem is sometimes the pins, if you crash too hard, the little screws right here pull through the body and you have to put a washer behind it. It hasn't happened to me yet on this one or my E-Revo, but it did happen to me on my X-Max. On one of my bodies on my X-Max, I had to put two little washers in there to hold up, because they was ripping through the body. But that is awesome, I will say. Armor, they're pretty good with theirs too. They put these little holders on here so you can so you won't have to keep finding the clips. You already, once you take them out of the body, you already know exactly where they are. But sometimes they do rip, like the ones on my Talon. I've ripped like 3 of them off of my Talon. I had to order other ones, but it's still, both of them are innovative ideas, and both of them I like both of them better than just the straight body pins. Just, straight body pins by themselves, because I have a tendency to lose them. When I take them out, I might drop them in the body. I kick the body over or move it or something, and there you go. You got to get new pins again. All right. Secondly, wheels and tires. The stock tires on the Granite, they're not that bad. They actually awesome. They actually do pretty well. I changed mine out because I wanted to put the hex extenders on there so that it can make the truck a little bit wider, and they'll it'll flip over less. The stock wheels for the Traxxas Rustler, they're great. They're good. They're very, very good wheels, but they're smaller diameter and they don't balloon. So when you jumping, you don't have as much air control as you would have with a bigger tire that balloons a little bit. You just have better air control. Like I was trying to do backflips with it, and it just wouldn't work for me. I couldn't get it done. But once I put the MX-28s on there, I was hitting backflips like crazy. I didn't get it on. I didn't put that the run when I was backflipping on camera, but it was backflipping just like how the Granite backflips. All right, power. I will have to give the nod on the power and the speed. I will have to give the nod to the Granite, because out of the box, the Granite is just a little bit faster and it's a lot more torquey. It's a lot more torquey. A lot of people may disagree with me, but to me it is, because out the box with the Rustler, you have to get on the trigger pretty good. You have to almost half throttle before it is gonna wheelie. The Granite, you can barely tap the trigger and it's gonna pick up. So it puts the power down a little bit faster. I will say that. I won't just sit here and say it's just that much more powerful, but it does put the power down a little bit faster, faster than the Rustler. Speed wise, Granite all day. Even Rustler with bigger tires, still Granite all day long when it comes to the speed. Turning, I will have to give the turning to the Rustler. The Rustler turns a little bit swifter than the Granite does, and it grips the road a little bit better. It kind of like rocks with the turn a little bit, where the Granite, if you corner real hard, the back wheel comes off the ground. the back wheel to the, to the inside of whatever way you're turning, it comes off the ground. So I would have to give that one to the Rustler. All right, price. The Rustler is $399, so we're gonna just call it $400. The Armor Granite is $299, so we're just gonna call it $300. Is the Rustler $100 better than the Granite? I don't think so. Just not. No. Like I said, I'm happy with both of my purchases. I'm not mad. I'm not salty about spending the extra $100 for the Rustler, because the Rustler is actually a great car. It's actually a great car. But I don't think it's $100 better than the Granite. The Rustler did not come with a fan on the servo. on the ESC, and I don't understand that. For a $400 car, it should come with a fan. It should come with a fan on the ESC and the motor for $400, which it didn't. And the Granite, it did. It came standard with the fan on the ESC. So on the price, I would have to say Granite. Why I would say Granite is because I have other cars and I can wait on parts. You know what I'm saying? I can wait on, but not trying to jump the gun in the conversation, but I can wait on parts if I need to wait on them a few days, a week or two. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't. Some people can't wait and they don't want to wait. So, but that's later on in the conversation. Well, matter of fact, we can just get to it right now. Part support. Traxxas all day long. Rustler all day long. You can get the parts from anywhere. Man, I was looking online the other day, looking at Walmart, and Traxxas parts popped up on Walmart.com, and I'm like, what? At Walmart? So all hobby shops, most hobby shops, especially the ones here in Atlanta, they're Traxxas. That's just what they have. All the parts, anything you need, you can go right to the hobby shop and get parts for the Rustler. You don't have to wait. Right now, Armor is kind of slow with them. It started out pretty good. The parts were everywhere. Now they're dwindling down. It's harder to find them. You have to wait longer to get them. So as far as part support, Traxxas all day, and we all know that. So when you come to the budget, if you are a first-time RC person, you just getting into the hobby, I would say spend the extra $400. I'm not trying to count your pockets because that's a whole $100. That's a lot of money, especially for us who have kids and family, wife, and all that kind of stuff, bills, and we may have to work hard at work. So that $100, it'll go a long way. You can do a lot with $100. I know I can anyway. But if you had to pick from your very first car, and it's a brushless car, I would say go with the Rustler because of the part support. And if you a newbie, the fastest these cars go, you're gonna tear up some stuff. And it's just much easier for you to take the Rustler down to your local hobby shop or get online, and you can find Rustler parts everywhere. You have a whole bunch of other manufacturers, RPM, and a whole bunch of them that make buku parts for Traxxas on top of all the Traxxas parts. So I would say go with the Rustler. If you're not a newbie, if you are a newbie but you worried about the budget, I would say go with Armor. I would say go with the Granite then, because the Granite is really tough, and you're gonna really have to push it to the limits to break that Granite, man. And that's what I will say about a lot of the Armor cars. Now, if you're trying to jump it over the house, then yeah, you probably gonna tear it up. No matter what kind of car it is, it's gonna tear up. But if you're a little bit more cautious when it comes to driving, you want to have fun, but you don't want to just get out there and just full throttle everywhere you go, I would say go with the Granite. So the part support, hands down, the Rustler is going to be the best option for you. So, moving on. Stability. It's kind of hard to say who edges it out in stability, because both of the cars are very stable, especially when you upgrade. You get better tires and all that kind of stuff. But actually, the Rustler may be a little bit more stable because those wheels are smaller diameter, and they don't balloon as much, so it holds the car very, very stable. And this is with no TMS, TSM or TMS or whatever it's called. The traction stability management. Even without that, I would have to say the Rustler might got it on stability. The Rustler might have the Granite on stability. Yeah. So I know y'all been waiting on this. I hope I did good, man. It was my first time sitting down like this and actually talking to the camera. It's a little bit easier when you out and you driving and you got time to really think about what you're saying, and you can mess up and whatever. You just say what first things come to you. Then when you're sitting down in front of the camera and you're not driving, well, behind the camera, and you're not driving and you're just trying to, put it down. I wanted to freestyle it and come off the top of the head with it. I didn't want to write it down and sound like I'm real rehearsed, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'm really not. I like to, just let it pop into my head, man, and go with the flow. But like I said, I hope I covered the things that people wanted to hear, things that people wanted to know. Like I said, this is a great car for if you're on a budget and you just want to get a car that's good and drive good and you can have fun with. Go with the Granite. If you want to get a car that you pay a little bit more, but you want to still get a car that's really good, which is the Rustler is an awesome vehicle, and you want to have a car that where you can get parts at the drop of a dime, go with the Rustler. So here we go, YouTube. The part y'all been waiting on. Which one do I think is the better car? Me personally, if I had to choose between one of the two cars, I would go with, drum roll please, nah, just playing. I would go with the Armor. That's the one I think is the better car. I think out of the box, you get more bang for your buck. It's faster. It's more. It has more power. It can do all the things you wanted to do, man, straight out of the box. You know what I'm saying? For $300. So I just have to, I'm just being honest, man. I know it's gonna be a lot of guys that disagree, but these are not their thoughts. These are not. This is not a comparison for them. They want to disagree. They can do another comparison on their channel and come up with the one they think is best. But me, just being a connoisseur, just being a kind of a newbie into the game, I have to go with the Armor Granite. So that is, YouTube, my first video like this. So don't, feel free to critique it, man, and put stuff down in the comments, man, what I should have did different, what I could have did different, what would make it better the next time, man. And y'all know I read every comment, man. I read every comment and I respond to every comment. Not always, within the first 10-15 minutes of you sending it, but I read and I come back, I respond to every single comment. So YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, dislike, whatever you like. YouTube, in a minute, the win goes to Armor Granite.